Here at Island View, there's families and kids playing in the water and a beach without any trash. But the people here tell me it's taken decades to get it to this point today. The revolution is starting here with these bracelets, all with a similar message. It's cool to be kind. Members tell me the landlord's attorney came here to Anytime Fitness yesterday, told everyone they had to get out, put up these notices, and change the locks. And members say all of this came without warning. But now more than 20 dilapidated homes in the city, like the one behind me, have gone from this to this, completely torn down, all because of Sherman's substandard structure program. Dozens of victims have come forward on Facebook, and all with the same story. They were here at the Sherman Walmart, they went inside and used their bank's ATM, and then shortly after, their money was gone. Kids from this school here were playing outside when they heard a loud cry, but when they went over to see what was going on, they were shocked by what they saw and knew they needed to help. It takes a lot of dedication and hard work to get to where these athletes are today. The days of moving are over, and now the Boys and Girls Club can call this their permanent home. The family was stuck on this road here, still 3 miles away from the hospital, but that's when a couple stopped to help them, a couple they say saved their son's life. Here in Cartwright, I'm standing on this slab, which is one of many unfinished projects, all done by Rusty Sean Summit. And more potential scam victims are notifying authorities daily. The only rule with these little free libraries is if you come and take one of the books, you're supposed to replace it with a new one. This road you see behind me divides Sherman and Denison. On this side, a liquor store would not be allowed, but if Proposition 1 passes, owners of stores like Twin City Liquor on that side of the road in Denison are worried they might have to close. Even though putting this red flag up just means you have mail that needs to be sent to a thief, it means they've found just what they're looking for. Take a look at all of these donations from today, and it's all thanks to the generosity of the people here in Texoma. Now in North Texas, we have a goal of 20,000 toys this year. We're well on our way, but we still have a few thousand more that we need. But before those apartments go up, all of this has to be cleared, including homes like the ones behind me. The winds are really picking up out here, and just a little bit ago we saw some light snow flurries here in Denison, but the roads here in North Texas are not a problem. In just a matter of minutes, neighbors say the wind caught that flame from the burning trash and spread the fire all the way across this land here and then into the woods behind me. It is chilly out here tonight. We're already at below freezing temperatures here in Sherman, but at this time tomorrow night, that wintry weather is supposed to hit. Tatum J is 3 years old and loves playing with his toy garbage trucks. But on trash day each week, he watches his favorite toy come to life. But this morning's trash pickup came with an extra surprise.
I love garbage trash.
After this house went up in flames, the community quickly came together, making sure all 5 kids had gifts for Christmas. But now their dad, Officer Keith Bartlett, got a Christmas surprise as well. The owner says the suspect walked right through the side gate of her house, all the way through this barn here, walking past 11 other horses, and back to that gate you see behind me, shooting the horse right in the head. The man is now behind bars here, and even though it happened just before 2 a.m. Saturday, a neighbor says she's alarmed to know that gunshots were not only so close to her home, but also an elementary school. The Denison firefighters sold and wore these shirts the whole month of October, but the woman it's all for says it's much more than shirt sales, it's what's kept her fighting. But if you look above, you can still see the thick black smoke filling the sky from the fire that started yesterday at a private ranch off of 35. This week marks 29 years since Reba performed her first concert in Texoma, which all helped raise the money to build Reba's ranch house. But today, she came to Texoma for another very special reason. Well, imagine going to get in your car only to discover it was towed away, sold to a record company by someone claiming it was theirs. That's exactly what's happened to several people in Carter County. I'm here by the home in Denison where that suspicious device was reported, but it has now been safely destroyed by the Plano bomb squad. I'm here with Denison Lieutenant Mike Epler. Now tell us what led to hearing about this report of the suspicious device. I'm here with the Pushmataha County Sheriff-elect BJ Hedgecock. Now, after the recent investigation and some issues you guys have had in the past with budget, how do you plan to regain the community's trust in the Sheriff's Department? They've invited the Sherman ISD Superintendent to come and talk to these voters voters about the bond. Now, I'm here with Donald Johnson, who's in the league. Tell us, why did you put on this town hall meeting tonight? The body has not been identified yet, but I'm here at Carpenter's Bluff Bridge with Ben Milner, who was out searching for a missing person out of Denison when this body was found. After 43 years, this is the last time these pilots will compete in Denison. So instead of just watching from the ground, Corey took me up in his plane to get a closer look.
Let's go ahead and go back the other direction. Give me a right turn. Go for it.
Texoma Jet Center Operations Director Terry Vogel provides the fuel for the planes. This is Tucker Willis. He's a third grader at Lane Public School, but he's also a world champion.
It was awesome.
Tucker loves all things rodeo. He rides bareback, ropes, runs barrels, and ties goats, but he just recently took home the world title in his age group for miniature bull riding at the Junior National Finals Rodeo Championships in Las Vegas.
It was just exciting.
Tucker got on his first bull when he was 5 years old.
My family, we just grew up rodeo, and I started when I was young.
And I just thought I might want to do it.
And at 9, he's now won more than 40 buckles like these ones.
To do that in 4 years is, it's humbling to me and everybody else.
A normal week for the Willis family looks like this.
Mondays is usually kind of our off day. Then Tuesday evenings we try to be in the arena. Wednesday nights is church. Thursday we're in the arena. Then we usually leave on a Friday, and we rodeo from Friday to Sunday.
His parents say church and school are their top priorities, but Tucker spends the rest of his free time training here at his grandma's arena.
It's nothing for him to get out of school, go home, and he does his homework as soon as he gets home, and then we come down here and practice for 3 hours.
Before I get on each bull, we pray.
And though he's only 9 years old, Tucker has big dreams. And his family says they will always be right by his side, cheering him on.
We're very humble people and grateful for everything he's been able to do. And we keep him humble, and he stays humble.
I'm very thankful for it.
In Lane, Abbie Maynard, News 12.
15-year-old is in custody after leading Bonham police on a high-speed chase that ended with his pickup smashing into a family's home just feet away from a kid's room.
News 12's Abbie Maynard talked with the family. She's live in the studio now to explain what they saw. And Abbie, what led up to that chase?
Bonham police say the teen was a runaway from Dallas, but was being pulled over for speeding on Highway 56 in Bonham when he took off. The family of 6 are now picking up the pieces of their home and what's left of their cars, but they say they're thankful all of this damage can be replaced.
It's not a way you want to wake up, ever. It's one of the worst feelings.
Lisa Miller, her husband, and 4 kids woke up at 3 a.m. Wednesday to the sound of a crash and then no electricity.
Came across 2 different yards, skid here, hit this power pole.
Bonham police say after a 10-minute pursuit, the teen took a curve in Honey Grove at high speed and hit the utility pole. The truck then went across the front of this house, taking out the front porch and then crashing into the family's vehicle.
At the speed and momentum he still had coming across our yard, after hitting that power pole, he still was able to completely total my husband's car, turn it 180 degrees, and flip it.
Miller says she never thought this pole would mean much more to her than a source of electricity, but now she says it saved her kids' lives.
I'm really, really thankful that he did hit the power pole when he did and how he did. If he would have been 7 feet to the left, he would have been through my house and killed my 11-year-old son.
Pieces of the porch also went into the roof and through the windows of their van, and overnight rain poured into the van, leaving it undrivable. The car is totaled, leaving them with this white sedan to get them around.
He did a bad thing. He made a bad judgment call. Fortunately, everyone got out okay, and there were no injuries reported from the residents that were inside the house.
You're just thankful that everybody made it out okay and alive and not hurt at all, right? Yeah. I just want my life back to normal. My husband has to have a car to drive. My children need a safe and structural house. But I'm just glad that it didn't end up any worse than it has.
The family is now working to repair their roof so they can sleep in their home. The 15-year-old was arrested and taken to the juvenile detention center on charges of evading arrest in a vehicle and driving without a license. Live in the studio, Abbie Maynard, News 12. The floor technician was just doing his job cleaning the floors when his machine caught the attention of 4-year-old patient Landon George. But it's what the man did next that caught the attention of hundreds of people across Texoma. 4-year-old Landon George was having a hard time at TMC after being cooped up in his hospital room for 3 days straight.
He was having some respiratory distress.
He'd been on oxygen, so they can't go very far.
As Landon was finally able to run around and leave his room, he heard a noise down the hallway and saw TMC floor tech Jack Denton on a cleaning machine.
When I go down the hallway, I turn back around. He's sitting there waving at me, smiling.
Landon was jumping for joy and excitement Jack says he's never seen about his job before. So he decided to stop and show Landon some tricks on the machine.
Got to see Jack honking the horn and cleaning the floors, and Jack explained to him, like how it works and his job.
See the buttons, honk the horn, pushing, just the excitement in his eyes lighting up and all that was worth it.
Landon's nurse took notice and nominated Jack for the monthly Shining Star Award.
It was just nice to recognize a department that doesn't get shine very often.
An award Jack did not expect to win, but says he is grateful his department is being recognized.
Anything I could do to make it less stressful for him, more fun, that's all it was for.
Jack is some plants.
Landon's mom says her little boy's actions can serve as a good reminder. It's important to be kind and thank people in all jobs.
Just how thankful we are for Jack to take time out of his day to show Landon something and let him just be so excited about it while we were in a very stressful period of time.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome, Landon.
Landon is out of the hospital and is feeling a lot better. The family says the floor tech's kindness definitely played a role in Landon's speedy recovery. Live in the studio, Abbie Maynard, News 12.